Texas A&M. If you're Texas A&M, I think you just have to be extremely frustrated because that is a game that you had every opportunity to win. Yes, it was on the road. Yes, it's tough to win on the road in the SEC, but there was opportunity after opportunity for Max Johnson and that offense to make its way down the field because, listen, their defense was doing a good enough job to know that Tennessee wasn't going to just go down and put points on the board. I mean, it just wasn't going to happen. And they could not pee a drop late in that game. 16-34, not gonna cut it for Max Johnson. He was careless with the ball at times, threw 2 picks, just looks ugly sometimes, doesn't step into throws. His mechanics are an issue, so I think that's a problem there. They couldn't run the ball well enough, only 54 yards rushing on the day when you account for take the sacks, come off of that total as well. But even with the sacks taken off, it wasn't over 100 yards rushing. So, I mean, it's tough deal tough way to win if you're Texas A&M. Only 5 of 15 on third down. They were 0 of 2 on fourth down. And here's the thing, guys. I said it coming into the game. Last game, okay, Texas A&M against Alabama only got Evan Stewart and Ainias Smith 7 touches. I said, hey, that is a dereliction of duty. That is malpractice. If you are a head coach or offensive coordinator, you have to get your best players touches. Guess how many Evan Stewart and Ainias Smith had in this game? They had a total of 5. Ainias Smith had 1 catch for 20 yards. And a lot of that was because they were trying to drop back and let stuff develop down the field. You need to get the ball out of Max Johnson's hands as quickly as possible, do some now screens, get the guys on going on jet sweeps, doing whatever you do, line Ainias Smith up in the backfield if you have to. I have no idea whose idea it was not to say, hey, let's force feed the ball to the 2 guys that can make plays for us and be dynamic. But my goodness, what are you doing offensively? It was ugly. It was atrocious. That offensive line got whooped at times by Tennessee's defensive front. And here we are, however many years into the Jimbo Fisher era, and everybody's still asking, hey, how big is that buyout now? Because guys, it just doesn't seem to be getting any better. Now, I know with Connor Wigman, it may be a different story for this Texas A&M team, but they do not coach in a way that is good enough. You have to find ways to design plays to get the ball in Evan Stewart and Ainias Smith's hands. Period. I bet you Evan Stewart will not be at Texas A&M next year. He's going to hit the portal. No doubt about it in my mind. You've got to find ways to get him the football. Ridiculous play design, not being good enough up front at this point in the Jimbo Fisher era, not good enough. At this point, I know Le'Veon Moss tries to run hard, but why are you not, just force feeding the ball to Reuben Owens as well? I know he got 5 carries on the day, but heck, he needs to be playing and touching the ball a lot as well. It's just kind of disgusting on the offensive side of things. I think Texas A&M's defense, especially with the injuries to Edgerrin Cooper, and especially with the injury to Walter Nolan, I thought they played tough. Thought they played hard. The secondary played a little bit better. A lot of that had to do with how bad Joe Milton was, but there it is. Out of Texas A&M. It's just the question is it ever going to be good enough? Is it ever going to change with Jimbo Fisher as the head coach? I guess we'll see.